Hi there, and welcome to Political Science 323, Urban and Metropolitan Politics at Emporia State University for the spring of 2014 online class, and welcome. I'm making this welcome video because I always want to greet students in some way, and just sending out emails and posting things on Blackboard seems so impersonal. So I wanted to say hi to you personally and to talk a little bit about the class. Now, the best reference for the class is the syllabus, and you will find that online. If you found this video, you've probably found the syllabus as well, but you go to Blackboard, you go to PO323AZ, and then you go to Course Content, and the syllabus is the first thing you'll find. And it lays out what we're going to be doing this semester, all the assignments, the grading totals, and so on and so forth. Essentially, here's what we're going to do. Every day that we would have had class, if this had been an on-campus class, you'll have one chapter of a book due to read. Or for the first 4 class periods, not counting this one, of course, you'll have a video divided into 4 sections. You watch one section this Friday and then one section on each class day of next week. And then after that, we move to the books, and you'll read a chapter in each book, starting with the Myron Orfield, then the William Julius Wilson, and finally the Richard Florida. Now, most days, after you read that chapter, you're just going to go on to Blackboard. You're going to go to this class, and then you're going to go to assignments, and you're going to take a short 3-question multiple-choice quiz about the book chapter. And those quiz results you'll see how you did, and then those will be entered in Blackboard. After everyone's quizzes are in, I will send out a key that shows you what the questions were and what the correct answers were. But I don't want to do that until everyone's quizzes are in, so you'll have to wait just a little bit, just about a week. Due dates for the assignments are on there. So most days you'll read a book chapter and take a 3-question multiple choice quiz. That gets entered into Blackboard as part of your grade. Some days, when we finish an entire section of a book, we'll have a graphic organizer assignment. For this assignment, I want you to find something graphic. I want you to find a map, or make one, a photograph, or take one yourself. A flow chart would work. There are a number of different options, and when it gets closer to time for the first graphic organizer assignment, I'll post another video with more detailed ideas and suggestions about that. But essentially, you want to do a map or a photograph, a Venn diagram, that's the one with the overlapping circles, or a flow chart, something graphic, and then just write one paragraph explaining your graphic organizer. The graphic organizer should explain some part of the book, and it should not be taken from the book. It's something you collect and make yourself. Those are the graphic organizer assignments. You'll have 6 of those, one for each section of a book except the concluding one. And also you'll have, no, that's it, sorry. And then finally, there's one more assignment called reaction notes. Reaction notes, and again, this is explained on the syllabus. It's on page 2. But essentially, what you want to do after you've read an entire book or seen the entire documentary video, The Real Gangs of New York, you want to react to it. Write about 2 pages. Explain something about it that got a strong reaction for you. Something that made you angry, something that made you happy, something that made you gratified, something that made you confused, and write about it. You're welcome to be creative. You can write this as a letter to a public official or a historian or a political scientist. You can write it as a dialogue. You can pretend that you are a mayor or a city manager writing a memo. Be as creative as you want. Another option for creativity on the reaction notes will be that you can make a video instead, like this video. Yours, I want you to go for about 5 minutes long, and you can record your reaction and discuss it in the video and post it. Now, those written assignments, the graphic organizers and the reaction notes, whether you choose to write it up or whether you choose to make a video, those are going to be uploaded to corresponding threads under course content, which you'll see underneath the syllabus on our Blackboard site. The multiple choice quizzes, on the other hand, you're going to find under assignments. This class has work 3 days a week. They're the days we would have met. This would have been a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class if it had been on campus. But instead of doing that, you'll just go ahead and do your work and get on Blackboard and take the quiz or do the assignment, whatever that day's assignment calls for. There's no set meeting time for this class. You can do the work whenever you want. You can do it during the day, in the evening. You can do it at 3 o'clock in the morning if you're awake then. And I don't generally, obviously this video right here is an exception, but I don't generally videotape my lectures and put them up for you to watch. There are a few exceptions. This video right here is one of the exceptions. There will be a few more times when I give these little 10-minute or so mini lectures, video that and put that up on Blackboard, and you'll get notices. Now, to stay in touch this semester, since we don't meet on campus, it's absolutely essential that you check your emporia.edu email every day. That will be my primary go-to system for contacting you whenever there's something new on Blackboard pertaining to the class. I do not have the option in Blackboard to change your email address to your Gmail or your Yahoo or what have you. You have to check your emporia.edu email every day. You can skip Saturdays if you want, but every other day you'll need to check that for notices from me about the class. Everything's through Blackboard or email. So you either want to post to take your multiple choice quiz under assignments, or you want to post your written work under course content. Finally, there is a term paper due at the end. It is 10 pages. I want you to come up with a plan for the community where you live, either to create metropolitan-wide government in the spirit of the Myron Orfield book, which is the first book we read, or to develop a growth plan to attract the so-called creative class, which relates to the Richard Florida book, which is the third one we read. In between those two books, by the way, this doesn't pertain to the term paper, but it pertains to the book, we have William Julius Wilson's The Truly Disadvantaged, an absolute classic, which is about the urban underclass, which used to be concentrated in inner city ghettos, and more we're seeing them in the older suburbs of our big cities. And so that theme of that movement from the inner cities to the older suburbs kind of ties together William Julius Wilson, the second book we read, with Myron Orfield, the first book we read. Really looking forward to meeting you all. I hope you all will consider doing some of your assignments as videos, specifically the reaction notes, so I can feel like we're having a little bit more interaction. One more thing I wanted to mention. You can meet with me during office hours, even though I'm not on campus. I'm having Skype on during my office hours. So while I'm sitting in my office, I'll have my webcam ready and Skype on. My Skype address is on the syllabus. You just Skype me during those office hours, and we'll meet via Skype instead of meeting in the office, because I know many of you are not on the ESU campus. So office hours are for you too. If you want to go the low-tech way, of course, most students use email to stay in touch with me. Now for the second section of this video, I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you how to get into Blackboard and take your multiple choice quizzes, and also how to post your written work on Blackboard. Do be sure to watch this whole video through to the end, because there's a multiple choice quiz right now for the first day of class, and it's an easy 5 points. I just want you to practice by going in and taking the practice quiz I've already posted under assignments. I've already told you what the correct answer is, and you get 5 points for doing it. The reason I'm doing this is so that you'll take the time to learn how to do this in Blackboard and get familiar with it, so that when we have the substantive quizzes, which start right away, your first one's due Friday, you'll know exactly what you're doing, and it will be easy for you to get into Blackboard and get to where you need to be to answer your 3 multiple choice questions per reading, or in the case of the first 4 days after this for class, your video viewing. All right. Get ready for part 2.